49 days.
Wow.
So even while she was reading off why these cases prevent her from doing it, she started saying, well, that doesn't really apply here. And I think I thought it, and I talked to Ian about it later. We both thought that she might actually change her mind in the middle of it after looking at her own cases. She went and entered a deportation order on him. He's got 30 days to appeal, and we're doing that. In that 30 days, there'll be an updated visa bulletin. He may make his date, in which case we'll reopen the deportation case. We've also got a federal case going, which is called a habeas corpus case. We also asked them, because the reason this thing's moving so quickly is because they're paying for this guy's food, clothing, housing, cooling, heating, everything while he's detained. They want to move these cases along really quickly. So that's the time pressure here, right? Get him out, and the case is now on the non-detained docket, and time goes much slower. He'll have years before his next court date, in which case he will certainly make up those 49 days.
But, Ian, this is a good guy. Has a family, has a business, has a newborn. Why do they want him out? Why, Ian?
Yeah, that's the toughest question of all this, I think, is why. I mean, I don't know, just because of a change of policy. Why they created that change in policy, I can't tell you. Obviously, there's something bigger going on behind all this with dollars and cents, but again, it's a shame when guys like Luis or anybody who's followed the correct path up until this point is now being affected by this. It's sad to see.
Where is his newborn?
He's here. He's here in Pittsburgh. He's probably hanging out at home sleeping right now.
Wow. But Dad could be deported?
Yeah, Dad could be deported. Yep.
He has a deportation order right now.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a matter of if. I mean, he has the order.
So Joseph, they don't give a damn about the 30-day window. They just want him out.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this, and it's so many things. There's a big difference between personal politics and public politics. Like, I believe people should have a firearms right, but I don't want to get shot. That right, not wanting to get shot is personal, and having a firearms right is political, society. But here, this is not about him personally. It's just a general change in what they want to do. Before I got cut off, I was saying, historically, if people came here and wanted to become Americans and join our incredible experiment, we would let them. If they were at least trying. We would never let people just hang out and do nothing. But if they were here and they were on some kind of logical path to becoming a citizen, we would delay court and let them go try and see if they could do it. Not so now. Now it's if they don't have the status already, we're throwing them out. And that's what it is. They reversed everything.
And they should do what, Joseph? Give him a shot?
So I'm sorry, you got cut off there. Who should do what?
And they should do what with him? Keep him, right?
With this guy, yeah. I mean, he's pretty close. This isn't someone who filed yesterday.
Wow.
This is part of what I said to the judge. I said, look, Your Honor, this guy entered the United States at 17.
Wow.
Filed the appropriate paperwork and kept his head down for all these years. We've never heard a peep about this guy. I think there's like a parking violation once. He's been blowing his brains out. He's married. I don't know if he's married, but he has a kid. He's got a business, and he's 49 days. It seems like an awful waste, that much time to go down the tubes over that short of a period of time.
How old is he?
But, he's 23. So yeah.
Worked his ass off for 5 years then.
So he turned 23 in prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, guys. Whatever you need, man, I'm in. Thank you.
Thanks, Marty.
Wow.
Appreciate it, Marty.
Truth to power, man. This is where we're at.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000 $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
So I'm outside looking at the house. It's spring. You know, you got to do the yard and all that stuff. And I'm sitting there looking at our bay window, and it needs replaced. And I'm thinking, wow, the timing. Woo! Universal Windows Direct. This, my friends, is the time. This, my friends, is the deal. 2 windows, get 2 free. 24 months, no payments, no interest. Unbelievable. $500 bonus off your home improvement project. Even better. 412-543-6003. 412-543-6003. Buy 2, get 2 free. No payments, no interest. For 24 months. $500 off your project. You know, you'll be saying, I love my windows. Amazing stuff.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Massive storms jacked up so many houses. Had a good friend call me, had a big tree on their house. Big. I texted Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. He was at the house within an hour with his crew cutting up and removing that massive tree. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Best training, best equipment, best pricing. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC. Love it.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I mentioned this at the top of the show at 10 o'clock this morning, how we have a vulgar picture of a guy urinating downtown, and I apologize if it's offensive to you. But I'm not about placating your emotions. That the picture is offensive to you, not the act. And it annoys the hell out of me. These vulgar morons online. What do you expect him to do, Marty? Was a grown-ass man with his pants down urinating on the street downtown. I've never done that. I would expect him to find a damn bathroom. Wouldn't you? I think so. One of my buddies works at the Duquesne Club, which I love. I love the place. It's just cool, old school. There's an alley beside there, and all the idiots have decided just to crap there and urinate there. Why? Why? They're adults. Find a friggin' bathroom. What's bizarre is these high and mighties that are offended by the photograph, but not the act downtown on Penn Avenue a day after the NFL draft, and they're back at it. Come on, man. Leroy, thanks for holding, man. Go ahead.
Hey, man, I just want to say, you know, we're a nation of laws, you know?
Yeah.
And if somebody shows up for a border and doesn't have the paperwork and somebody decides to bend the rules and let them in, that's not okay.
Okay.
You know, even if he's a nice guy and he works and all this other stuff,
but hold on,
he's still breaking the law.
Leroy, he's 40 days from having the card. 40 days, man.
But he shouldn't have been here if he didn't have a visa. The only reason why he was 40 days out is because a certain administration bent the rules, and what they did was created a protected class of citizens. So in your mind, if this guy comes from Mexico and he doesn't have the right paperwork and they let him in, it's okay. You know,
if he gets a green card in 40 days, yeah, it's okay for me. And why the hell are you so damn angry, man? Guy worked his ass off, had a roofing company, kicking ass, hires a lot of Americans, making money from it, has a family, never broke a law, is a great citizen. He's 40 days from having this card. I'm cool with that. And you're not. You're angry and I'm not. Why are you so damn angry? Didn't take your job. I think somewhere along the way we kind of lost our way and decided just grab anyone. Get them all. It's the same thing that happened with Jose at Oakmont Bakery. I mean, he's a hell of an employee. He's a family man. He's married. He's contributing, paying taxes, kicking ass. They arrested him, threw him in jail. He said to hell with it. He's self-deported. Why are you all so angry about it? They're immigrants who are going through a process that was okay at one point. Now it's not. But for him, the judge says, you're cool in 40 days. I got no problem with waiting 40 days to give him the green card. But you're so angry. I don't feel that way about it. These roofers, man, most Americans don't want to do that work, my man. I know you don't. As angry as you are. I happen to know a significant number of roofers. A significant number. 95% of their employees are not from this country. You know why, Mr. Angry White Man? Because you won't do it. I'm just saying. I've been out there with the roofers. All of them ain't from here because you don't want the job. Prove me wrong. I know the roofers. They're my friends. They beg angry white males like yourself to work, and none of you show up. None. Not one. I see it every day, man. They just want to work, become citizens legally, pay taxes, have families, and kill it. Ask a guy that owns a roofing company how hard these guys work that are 40 days from having the green card. Huh? You don't want the damn job. Go into a restaurant where half the kitchen isn't from here. Why? Because your son's too lazy to take the job. I know 100 guys that own restaurants. They can't get your kids, angry white man, to work one day. One day. It's a fact. Prove me wrong, man. My thing is, he works his ass off, makes money for this economy, does a hell of a job with his company, and he's a month from freedom. And you're saying, screw it? Because we know you ain't taking the job. You're just angry.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTRCM.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Hey, it's Pony for my friends at Comer & Cross. Does your garage floor have cracked and stained concrete? Mine did. Maybe your garage floor had a bad epoxy or paint job. A new Comer & Cross garage floor is going to transform your whole garage, and all it's going to take is one day. I love mine, and you'll love yours. If you call them right now, and you should do it, don't waste another second. They'll take 50% off your installation. So here's that number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And just like they did for me, they will make it so easy for you. Stuff in your garage, they'll take it out. Cracks and pits, they'll fix them perfectly. Look just like new. And they're going to put their proprietary Comer & Cross finish on it. So I want you to call them now and get that 50% off installation. The number is 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com. It's Comer & Cross Premium Concrete Coating.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 65 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A vigil was held Monday evening for a 9-year-old boy who died after being struck by a vehicle on Friday. Thurman Wallace Jr. was a third grader at Rochester Area Elementary School in Beaver County. A truck police say was driven by 53-year-old Thomas Cole struck Wallace at a Pennsylvania Avenue at Laycock Street Friday afternoon. Cole's being charged with homicide by vehicle while driving under the influence. Cole has a preliminary hearing scheduled for May 7th. According to his obituary, Wallace loved playing Minecraft, riding four-wheelers and bikes with his brothers and friends. Health officials are warning about a growing concern involving a common stomach infection that's becoming tougher to treat. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
The CDC says antibiotic resistance is driving that concern. A new report finds extensively drug-resistant Shigella made up about 9% of infections in 2023, up from 0 in 2011. While most cases still clear without medication, more severe infections can lead to hospitalization and may require IV antibiotics when standard drugs fail. Health experts say the trend reflects a broader rise in antibiotic resistance that could limit treatment options across a range of illnesses. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
One of the sidebar stories from last week's NFL draft was the success of 412 Food Rescue, a nonprofit that rescues the overabundance of food in the region and redistributes it to the less fortunate. The organization's CEO, Alyssa Chololovsky, says despite the draft's record attendance, many local businesses had a surplus of food, which gave the nonprofit a great opportunity.
We have also been gearing up for a couple months, knowing that there would be a lot of food surplus left from the various events and gatherings, as well as the restaurants. And so far, we've rescued over 30,000 pounds of food to date.
Tolodovsky says the food goes right back into the community.
Veterans Center, senior high-rise, after-school programs, childcare centers, a lot of faith communities that have a food pantry.
If you're looking to volunteer or donate food, visit their website at 412foodrescue.org. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 3 points, the NASDAQ down 325, the S&P 500 down 53 points. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Friday, May 8th, don't miss one of the most iconic voices, Gino Vanelli, coming live to the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall, performing iconic hits such as I Just Want to Stop, People Gotta Move, and many more. Don't miss Gino Vanelli Live by Drusky Entertainment and Rich Engler.
Fixing damage from these storms. Borough called them, and they're on it. Did work on his home. He had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work.
Through May 15th, and know that each CertaPro painter's business May 15th, and know that each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Man, so you want a cake, and not just any cake, a special cake, bespoke cake. Oakmont Bakery, brothers and sisters, on their site. 2,000 to 3,000 variations, size, flavoring, icings, graphics, you name it, they'll do it. And it's with that personal family touch. It's Oakmont.
Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and even a few peaks of sun the rest of today. A stray shower or even thunderstorm in spots, the high 73. Tonight, cloudy with a stray shower, low 54. Tomorrow, cloudy with periods of rain and a thunderstorm, high only 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Epic parties and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Suffering from peripheral neuropathy? Learn how over 15,000 sufferers regained their comfort, mobility, and quality of life with Tri-State Neuropathy Center's successful treatment plan that is FDA cleared, non-invasive, and drug-free. Here's Sean Ritchie, DC, and Tri-State's founder about one of their many satisfied patients.
Rick from Irwin suffered for 14 years with peripheral neuropathy from an autoimmune disorder. He was super skeptical when he came in. He had been going to doctor after doctor, and they told him there was nothing that could be done. After qualifying Rick for our program, utilizing our FDA-approved, most powerful equipment on the market today that's non-invasive, no surgeries, no drugs, we were able to get him almost 100%.
Tri-State Neuropathy Centers helped Rick. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000 for a free consultation. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
I have a hard time talking about this without. But I got to do it. We got to help this family. That little boy. We got to help this family, so we got to talk about this. This is just, man. Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Good. How are you?
This is horrible. Just horrible. Horrible. God. Tell our listeners what happened and your relationship to this young boy who's now dead.
So his mother is actually a childhood friend of mine. I haven't seen her in quite a few years, but, you know, our town is small, so that kind of stuff sticks with you. Oh. On Friday, just before 5 o'clock, he was riding his bicycle. He's 9 years old. And we have some road construction that's cutting off our main road. Yep. And so people are driving a little more recklessly, but it's my understanding that this man in his truck who hit this little boy was drunk.
He was. And then he left the scene.
He killed him.
Then he left the scene. Yep.
And he fled the scene. He didn't stop at all. He told, I think, authorities that he thought he hit a pile of rocks and just kept going.
Yeah.
But he hit him and he killed him and he just kept going.
There's a couple things you said that are so relevant here because I've heard a lot of consternation and anxiety and people crying about this, and why wouldn't they? Mm-hmm. That we should teach our kids to drive their bikes on other roads. This kid was just doing what kids do. He's riding a damn bike. This has nothing to do with him riding a bike, does it, my dear?
No. I mean, people complain that kids aren't outside playing, and then when they're outside playing, they complain.
He was run over and killed by a drunk. That's the problem, my dear. Not road construction, not a young boy making a bad choice. He was killed by a drunk, murdered by a drunk who decided to drive, right?
Exactly.
You tell me, because I can't wrap my arms around this kind of death. How the hell does anyone survive this? Or how do you breathe? How?
I mean, I know that his family is absolutely devastated. I mean, also a mom of a little boy who loves to ride his bike. It was sickening to hear when it happened. It's sickening to hear the updates, and it terrifies you.
Well, the best we can do is the best we can do, and the family has asked for some help with funeral arrangements and the like, and that's the best we can do at this point, my dear, isn't it? Other than cry, right?
I mean, as our community is also really trying to see if we can make some changes, not just because of the construction, but in the future too. See if we can get, some kind of speed bumps that are removable in certain community areas, because people are just driving too recklessly anyways. But obviously that's not the blame here really, but it brings up a lot of issues.
He's 10. Is he just 10? Just turned 10?
He would have turned 10 in June.
Oh, Jesus. So we put the Facebook, we're going to put on our social. We're going to put it out. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get the money raised. That's the best we can do other than what you just said. We got to give a damn about these kids, and we got to make sure this guy does prison time. Not a slap on the wrist in probation, which is what happens sometimes with these drunks who kill people.
Yeah, what happens to these people with these DUIs, even if they kill somebody through it, the punishment is just not sufficient.
This woman had her baby in her car. She went to several bars in the Oakmont area and got hammered. In fact, I have pictures of her with the baby carrier on the bar, Jessica, when she got hammered. So she brought the kid into the bar, got hammered, goes out in the car and kills one of my best friend's sister's husband, and cripples her for life. Destroys their lives and kills a man. 1.5 in prison. 1.5, Jessica. For murder.
And shame on that bar for serving her.
2 bars. And then you can't sue them because the jagoffs have no insurance. And they're not worth squat. You can't own the bar because they're not worth anything. And now we have a boy who's dead. When will we learn? I'm serious. When will we learn, Jessica?
I just can't imagine, taking a gamble on somebody's life like that. Somebody else's life, let alone somebody's child.
Call a friggin' Uber, man. Seriously. Jessica, I love you. Thank you for reaching out. It's important. We have it all over our social. We will raise the money. It's the best we can do other than demanding justice that this man go to prison and do real time. Thank you for caring so much.
I appreciate you, Marty. Thank you.
Yes. God. He's 10 years old, man. Going to be 10 in June. And the woman that killed, this is Mark Sorreo's sister, killed her husband, head-on crash. She was hammered. She was drinking those massive beers, the 32-ounce beers, one after another, all afternoon. With her baby in the car seat in the car. We have pictures of the car seat sitting on the bar while she got hammered. Now, we posted this support for funeral arrangements after tragedy. We posted on all of our social. And hope we can all help out and hope they can reach their goal and hope they can find some kind of peace. And I hope that the money helps. But that 10-year-old boy is passed, and 9-year-old will be 10 in a month. And the pain, there's no amount of money that can fix that pain. And the drunk literally told cops he thought he ran over some rocks. That's what he told cops. Right after he killed a 9-year-old boy on a bike. It's despicable.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting, and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all 4 of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sonny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the Waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
What is it, boy? Someone need help? Someone in trouble?
Oh, okay. So you just want me to get Progressive Auto Insurance because their collision coverage covers up to $1,000 in vet bills if you're injured in an accident? That's it? Okay, calm down. Let's not resort to name calling.
Progressive's collision coverage helps pay for care for your pet when they're in the car during an accident.
No, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said calm down.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage included with purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SCHAV.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Westinghouse Electric Company yesterday named Dan Sumner president and CEO of the Cranberry Township-based nuclear company. Sumner, who'd been interim CEO for a year, has been at the helm of the company through some of its biggest growth periods in decades and set Westinghouse Electric up for even further growth in the future with an $80 billion partnership with the U.S. government to build AP1000 reactors. Sumner joined the company in 2010 after a career in banking and metals. He was named interim CEO in January of 2025. Also, Duquesne University formally unveiled signage for its renamed medical school after receiving an undisclosed donation last year. In October, the Catholic University announced it received one of the 2 largest philanthropic commitments in its history from Jim and Celeste Nasuti to support the now renamed Nasuti College of Osteopathic Medicine. The donation came less than 2 years after the college first opened in January of 2024. Yesterday, the university held a dedication, blessing, and unveiling of the signage for the new space. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I've never been able to really wrap my arms around it, but it's a societal thing. Somehow we give grace to drunks who hurt people on the roads. Somehow we've done this in the justice system. I saw it. I've seen it for 30 years. And Soreo's sister's case was classic. She's physically impaired for life. Her husband's dead. The two bars the woman that killed her husband was drinking at had very limited insurance, very limited, which is a lie. The big lie about this, that you can sue the bar or own the bar. Well, they're not worth anything, and they have very limited insurance, and so you really can't because they have nothing for you to take. And then, in this case, with all this evidence, the DA's office honestly didn't want to pursue the case to trial and honestly settled this deal by giving this woman a couple years in prison. Honestly, didn't want to take it to trial. And they had insurmountable evidence. And so here we have a 9-year-old boy about to be 10 is dead, and the guy who killed her was arrested, and he said he hit some rocks, and he was hammered. And I heard people on the radio this morning suggesting we have to talk to our kids about driving on roadways. No. My man was doing what kids do, riding his damn bike. What we have to do is make sure these felons go to prison. I asked a couple prosecutors and defense attorneys what it is about drunks that have 10, 12 DUIs that aren't in prison. And they say that somehow jurors and the system has empathy for drunks. And that oftentimes if someone's sitting on a jury, they'll literally think, you know, I've been drunk before. I could have done that. And they let them slide. There are people driving right now with 10 DUI arrests. This boy is beautiful if you see his picture. God. 3rd grader, man. And we have these vigils, and we have these fundraisers. And by the way, God bless the folks who have so far raised about $40,000 for this family. Good for you. And the goal is, what, $55,000, somewhere in that area? Yeah. $55,000. They're at $38,000. And let's hope they reach that goal, and let's hope that it helps them get through. So many times we're confronted with this reality of death like this, and we question everything. Our faith, we question family, we question our existence, we question whether or not we can go on. And I don't have any of those answers today. Other than, at this point, the best we can do is hope that the family can get through this. And the best we can do and make sure that we can make that difference. And the best we can do is stay on this case, being mindful with the prosecutors that the man who hit this kid and killed this kid does actual jail time. Boy's beautiful. Oftentimes, mom and dad never recover, and they just don't. And oftentimes, the money doesn't make a difference. But at least in this case, you can say that we all helped get the family through and pay for some of their expenses. All right? All right. The page, the links to the GoFundMe is on our social media. And I hope to hell you folks pay attention if you're out drinking. The thing is, and my brother Chris and his wife do this, and while they're adults, they act like adults. If they're going to go out, and if they're going to have a couple drinks, and they're not big drinkers, they take an Uber. It's that simple. They don't put anyone at risk or themselves at risk, and they take an Uber. It's that simple. If we go out, my wife might have one drink. We're cool. If we go out, I don't drink. I am not going to mess with it. I've seen too many bodies on the side of roadways. And there's no way back from killing a 9-year-old boy. And just reading the GoFundMe page is painful enough. It's just horrible. Please slow down. My sister and her husband. Wow. My nephew has been killed in a bicycle hit and run. He was a bright, loving child whose life was taken away far too soon. Wow. My sister and her husband are facing the overwhelming pain of losing their son. We're doing everything we can to support them during this time. We are raising funds to cover the cost of the funeral and any other expenses. My sister, her husband, and their family may need as they navigate this loss. Your support will help them ease the financial burden so they can focus on healing and honor his memory. Every contribution, this is the GoFundMe page that we have up right now for this 9-year-old boy. Every contribution, no matter what the size, will make a difference and show our family that we are not alone. Please slow down and watch our babies that play on these roads. We ask for your kindness, support, and prayers as we come together to remember a beloved child and help his family through this tough time. Okay? People are donating right now. 9 years old. Gone. All right, folks, hang in there. Colin Dunlap is next.